Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to High Top Sports Georgia. I'm Cody the Professor, and today we're talking about some of the defensive guys at the NFL Combine. We're going to talk about two that I think improved their stock, young guys, juniors. First, let's go ahead, shout out our proud sponsor, BetUS, as always, and let's get right to it. My first one's Malachi Starks out of Georgia, obviously, Georgia Bulldog. But hometown Jefferson, Georgia, 6'1", 197. Scored a 6.34, will eventually be a plus starter with the next-gen stats. Had a good combine. Ran a 4.5, 40-yard dash, 1.51, 10-yard split, 33-inch vertical jump. Let's go ahead and let's see what the analysis overview says. I'm telling you, Georgia putting another great one in the NFL. It seems like year after year, they just kill it. Let's go ahead, check out his strengths. Has a football IQ and athleticism to play multiple spots. We saw that with Cooper DeJean. There's a lot of defenses that are looking for guys like that can play multiple positions. You can run him down to a nickel if you need to, or he could play safety, come down. He runs, supports well, locates deep ball and plays it with plus body control. Love seeing that, getting his head around, not going to get a bunch of PIs. Very humble young man, it seems like. Plays with his hair on fire, challenges pass catchers with good force, flows downhill and squeezes workspace for the runner. That is using his body to squeeze the wide receivers out towards the sideline. Love seeing that. Slips around big bodies and moves towards the action and run support. Able to mirror and track bounce out with excellent burst. That sideline to sideline speed that the University of Georgia has had year after year. Year after year with their players is absolutely incredible. And then gets runners down when he's in position. Good open field tackling. Let's go ahead. Let's see the weaknesses of what they think. Average vision and block shedding as a down safety. Slows at the catch contact when tackling running backs. I mean, you can say that's a negative, but if he's making the tackle, I'm not gonna ding him on that. Trying to get his form, get square, so he can make a good, consistent tackle. Suspect angles. Now that's something you're gonna have to work on. Angles are a tough thing, especially at the next level when these guys just keep getting faster and faster. Too many eye violations in coverage this year. I don't know about that. I think it's more the angle thing. Loses connection at the break point when playing man. Okay, so he's not going to be a man guy. Big whoop. There's plenty of guys in the NFL that are playing in zone and being very successful as a safety. But I want to run over to our proud sponsors, BetUS, as always. Check them out at betus.com. This is men's baseball. Go ahead, give me Michigan. Just the money line, not the points. I'll take Michigan money line, not the points. But go ahead, check them out. Or Michigan State. Check out BetUS right now at betus.com. Use the code YouTube150. Get 150% back on your first deposit. $125 on your second deposit. Up to $2,000. Second and third deposit up to $2,000. That's our proud sponsor, BetUS. Go ahead, check them out. The next player I want to talk about today that has probably earned him a little bit of extra money, Jalen Walker. From North Carolina, originally, hometown. Son of a coach. Smart kid. Definitely seems to have his ducks in a row when it comes to the stuff in the film room and stuff like that. 6.45 will become a good starter within 2 years. 80 on the NFL Next Gen stats. Let's go ahead. Young guy, junior. Let's go ahead, check him out. See what they think about him. His comparisons, Nolan Smith, another good one. You know, it's incredible, these linebackers / edge players that Georgia puts out every single year. It seems like every single year they lose guys. But when you recruit like the University of Georgia does, you can do that. Some say he's a tweener. and or a hybrid. I think a lot of defenses are moving to this tweener / hybrid. His career snap count is split between edge and linebacker, and his leadership is famous in the Georgia building. Well, son of a coach, it doesn't surprise me there. He will still work and fine-tune his instincts and his efficiency as an off-ball linebacker. Let's go ahead. Let's look at his strengths, what they thought his strengths were. Hybrid talent, who takes snaps as an off-ball linebacker and on the edge. I think of somebody like B-Flow would love a guy like this up in the Minnesota Vikings. They would love a guy like this. The Eagles, another defensive scheme that would love a guy like this. And the Eagles drafted plenty of Georgia players out of the last several years, and they have hit every single one of them. Good length to stack the box and punish and pass on the move. Twitched up with elite closing burst to the football. Rush attack is highly athletic and very natural. That's something that a lot of these guys are usually good at. One and or the other is they can either rush or they can do all the other stuff as a linebacker. But getting a guy that can do both is extremely incredible. Slide and slap move inside, creates sudden pocket heat. Strong hips, drives through, redirecting blocks as a blitzer doesn't get caught up in the wash. We'll have to see it at the next level, obviously, as everybody gets bigger, faster, stronger at the NFL. Weaknesses: below average size as a full-time edge defender. I'm okay with that. Probably going to be a linebacker that does quite a bit of blitzing. Look at a guy like Ivan Pace Jr. from Minnesota. They said the same thing about him, and he had a great couple of years so far, and he was an undrafted free agent. Needs to prevent his play side shoulder from being covered up. That's a technique thing. You can fix that. Average bend limit. His sink and flatten potential at the top. I don't really know what that means. I guess hip flexibility. Gets mauled by size when his rush crowds too close to the tackle. Well, yes, he's a tweener, so that's probably going to happen. But there's stuff to fix that. You send him in on a gap blitz or do some twisting and stuff like that, and free up those holes for him to blow through there. He's going to be an absolute menace, sure tackler at the linebacker position in Jalen Walker. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this draft prospect video. I want to thank our proud sponsor, as always, BetUS. Check them out, betus.com. And the Dogs have another good day at the NFL Combine. We will see you later.